Welcome everyone to the Fan Cave Sports Talk. I am Kulu and with the host, Cousin Brad, right here on the Fan Cave Sports Talk. What's going on, Cousin Brad?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Fan Cave with Cousin Brad on IBP Media Group Worldwide. The first show of our newly launched media company here. This is the first show of the Fan Cave Sports Talk. We were audio. We were audio for almost a year. Now we're going visual, and you can see us, and everything is golden. So welcome to the Fan Cave. I am here with my co-host, the dude who does one-arm push-ups. The man fights off zombies. The man's awesome. Shout out to him. This guy to my left, Emmanuel Kulu. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, cuz? What's going on? It's good to be back. It's good to be back, man.
It is. It's a lot has happened in sports. Oh man. And you know what? You wanted to talk about it. So we're gonna start off right here. We're gonna start it off. LeBron James. Your boy, LeBron James.
Yeah.
Out of the playoffs. And man, you were lighting social media up. You were going live on the Fan Cave Facebook page. Before we go further, though, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that little notification bell on your phone there, if you want to just go ahead and tag that notification bell, magic will happen. You will be a magician. You'll be still in a legal sense, but you'll be helping out an up-to-scouting YouTube channel, and it helps us with the YouTube algorithm. So like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more upcoming videos. IBP Media. Anyway, so yeah, your boy LeBron. This is the first time LeBron James not in the playoffs. Steph Curry not in the playoffs. Man, and I'm gonna let you have it. The first couple of minutes. Lakers, man. AD, he was injured. He tried to go, couldn't go. Some people say he's made of glass.
Yeah.
I'll let you go, man. What happened to your Lakers, man? What happened?
Man, injuries happen to them boys, man. But if you're on the floor, man, you got to give 110%. And I felt like LeBron didn't, and it may have been the ankle still was bothering him.
Yeah.
But I feel like he could have played better than he played in both of those last two games.
Mm-hmm.
Booker was playing lights out. Booker was playing like he had nothing to lose. And he played two flawless games in a row. And he continues to streak. And the Suns was just a better team. Yeah. They was just a better team. The Lakers have been plagued by injuries all season. AD, we talked about him being a piece of glass, Mr. Street Clothes.
I mean, to be fair, he tried to go. He did. He tried. I mean, you're dealing with a groin injury, bro. No, it's not. No, bro.
Yeah, and that's only and groin injuries can only get worse.
Exactly. I get it. You want to be a warrior for your team. You want to try to go out there. I'll play through the injury. I want to do, Willis Reed with the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks. Anyway, but I mean, bro, no, it's a groin injury. If you play on it, you can only hurt it worse. Just stop, bro. Just stop. You tried. It didn't work. But I mean, like you said, and I said it on our launch party. The Suns, second best team in the NBA, man. Second best team in the NBA. And Devin Booker became a man. He became a man in this series. We can officially crown this guy a superstar. He's a superstar now. He was a star. He was buttoned. He was shining a little bit. The Suns were undefeated in the bubble. But the Suns,
they arrived. They arrived. I'm hoping that the Suns, I always go with the players that I like, but I always go with the underdog besides that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping the Suns could pull it off in the Western Conference and face Brooklyn. They looking good, man. They looking good. They beat Denver pretty good too.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of that, the Suns did beat the Denver Nuggets yesterday with a final score of 122-105. So shout out to them. In tonight's game, if y'all watching, while watching the Fan Cave, the 76ers and the Hawks, they play their game 2. The Hawks lead 1-0. They play at 7:30. And also the Clippers play the Utah. No one is talking about us. Best team in the NBA. in the West. No one is talking about us. Utah Jazz.
Now they us. Now they us. Now
I'm
they
sorry.
us. Really?
They don't get recognition. They got the best record in the NBA. They've been running through teams. They ran through the last team they had, and now they got to play the Clippers. Here we go. We're going to see what they're all about now. But shout out to the Utah Jazz. I said it. The best team in the NBA. Yes, I said it. You heard it here on the Fan Cave. They're better than Brooklyn, and they'll beat them if they play them. Anyway, but in real,
we're gonna have to see about that one.
Speaking of,
I'm still gonna say Brooklyn is the odds-on favorite. You know what I'm saying? The most talented team in the NBA.
Speaking of
the most talented team in the NBA. Did you see what Durantula did to Giannis yesterday?
I was gonna get to it now. I mean, Brooklyn beat the brakes. It was hunting season. It was hunting season going on in Brooklyn. They beat the deer crap out of the Milwaukee Bucks, beat them 125-86. If you are the Utah Jazz, if you are Giannis, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, bro. What do you have to do to beat the Brooklyn Nets? Kulu, what is going on?
Man, you ain't beating them.
I mean, where is
you ain't beating them? You ain't beating them.
Let's be real.
You ain't beating them. I mean, and there's no one. You know, you talked about Utah, right?
Mm-hmm.
A collective team. Utah, Phoenix.
Yes.
Utah, Phoenix are the probably very high likely candidates to face Brooklyn in the finals. Possibly. Those teams are well built.
Yes.
They can collectively face off with Brooklyn. So that would be an interesting finals to see. But it's the star power, man. The star power, Kevin Durant, Kyrie, like they just too much. And you know what, man? We got to talk about Giannis, man. Giannis, you got to get a jump shot going, bro.
Let's talk about it.
You got to get a jump shot.
Giannis had 18. He played 31 minutes yesterday. 18 points, 11 rebounds. Brook Lopez had 10. But Middleton, Holiday, Forbes, where were y'all yesterday?
Yeah,
Forbes,
they laid an egg.
I'm sorry. Holiday and Middleton both played 34 minutes. Holiday had 13 points. Middleton had 17 points. Where were y'all yesterday? Where were y'all? If your star player, Giannis is having a bad game, these are the times where you have to step it up, and they did not do that.
Yep, and Middleton has that ability to be that second scorer, and he's been that all season. But Milwaukee, shout out to my brother Cole Cash, by the way, Milwaukee fan. Yeah. Giannis has struggled every playoffs, and they play him the same way. Yep. They did Miami did the same thing last year. They made him take shots, and they dared him to beat them taking shots, and he can't do it.
Exactly.
So I see Giannis. I see them getting swept. I see them getting swept in the series. They may, the Bucks may get one game, but I see them ultimately getting swept up out of there. Bring the brooms out. Break the brooms out, y'all.
I would agree. I see Brooklyn beating them sweeping them. I was going to say well in hand, but they're going to beat them easily. Durant had 32. Kyrie had 22. Harris had 13. I mean, Harden didn't even play. But I mean, come on, bro. Come on, Middleton, and you said it, and you just hit the nail on the head. Middleton shows up in the regular season when they've beaten everybody by 20 points. He shows up in the regular season where everything's all well and good, but the playoffs are a different beast. The playoffs are a different type of energy. This is where you got to show up. The regular season games where y'all playing Toronto. And late in the season where nobody cares and Giannis is just dominating and everything's all good, yeah, you're going to that's when you show up. But in the playoffs, you got to show up. And they didn't last night.
Yeah, he better step his game up. And, some may say he may need some help. Some may say he needs some help. And he definitely needed some help last night because he was struggling. But they're going to let him go. I mean, they're cutting him off at the basket. They double team him when he tries to get to the basket. What can he do after that? He ain't hitting the mid-range jumper.
You saw it. They were lining up. They had him pretty much squared off by the free throw line. They had him squared off. He had to take those shots, like you said. He got to develop a jumper because it ain't working right now.
Don't work on no Euro step. No Euro step in this off season. you better work on that jumper, that mid-range jumper.
Yeah.
Then he will be unstoppable.
Now let's talk about the only LA team that's in the playoffs still. Oh, sick burn number one. Sick burn number one. That's number one. So let's talk about them. Let's talk about them.
Don't talk about playoff P, please.
The Clippers.
We're gonna give Kawhi his respect, but that's where it stops.
The Clippers, they won the game 7 against the Mavs. I thought the Mavs had this one. None of the teams that played at home won the entire series and went to a game 7. They played in LA. And I gotta be honest, man. If I'm Luka, shout out to Luka. He was dominating all year. You need to give Luka some help, man. They got Porzingis, they got Hardaway Jr., but Porzingis, man, and he's feeling some type of way right now. He made a comment saying that he feels underutilized. He's
underutilized. He's Porzingis or you?
Porzingis said that.
He's well, listen. Porzingis has been out there. He's just not performing the way he should. He's not performing like a superstar, and this is what got him out of New York. Mm-hmm. You would know that, Knick fan.
I was gonna get on. I'll let you go first. I'll tell you my side. But go ahead.
And he has the potential to be one of the most dominant big men because he got that wicked jump shot.
Yeah,
he's a guy who has to develop his post game fadeaway jumper as well. We talked about that with LeBron. Mm-hmm. We were saying like at this age, LeBron's first step is gone. Same thing with Porzingis. He's had so many injuries, bro. Yep. So injury after injury after injury after injury. Mm-hmm. Still got that wet ball. Still got that jump shot. But he got to get that mid-range going because Luka likes to, do a lot of that pick and roll stuff. And if they can get that pick and roll going with him and Luka, they'd be unstoppable.
See, here's the thing. Now, you mentioned Porzingis when he was on the Knicks and he was the unicorn. Mm-hmm. Was he that good or were the Knicks that bad? Knicks were that bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
He was the bright spot of the Knicks. He turned into the unicorn, Madison Square Garden. He was balling out of control. He has the jump shot. He has the ability to hit from the perimeter. But let's be honest, your man is 7'3" and has no big man moves at all. None. He has none. Let's just put this in perspective, bro. Let's put this in perspective. The LA team that's in the playoff, the Clippers, all of their players are under 7 foot. All of the players are under 7 foot. Porzingis is 7'3". Now he was shooting from the outside.
Zubats is 7'1".
I mean, he's what? He's ninth on the bench. I think he's ninth on the bench.
He gets play.
Okay, well we'll put him in. All right, fine. Okay, so Luka was playing. I'm sorry, not Luka. Porzingis was. He was 3-4, I think 11 from outside in Game 7, right? If it's not working for you, and Luka had 29 in the first half. Get your butt down in the post. You're 7'3". I understand you got Kawhi Leonard down there. I get it, but bro, you're 7'3". At some point, you got to give Luka a guy to throw the ball inside to. Because, I mean, Luka, he had 29 in the first half. The second half, he had 11. What? Mm-hmm. Something's wrong. Somebody else got to step up. And Porzingis, bro, you're not underutilized. You're just not utilizing your talent. You're 7 foot. You can shoot the three. We all know that. But if that's all you got, that's all you're ever going to be, man.
That's a fact.
That's the difference between you and Dirk. Dirk was an all-around player. He could shoot the three, but he had post-game moves. There's levels to this, bro. And Porzingis, the reason why we ran you out of New York, that's all you was a three-point shooter, my dude. Tim Hardaway, I don't know where you were.
Yeah, man. Tim Hardaway, man. Great defender, great shooter, great heart. They need one more player, man. Yeah, they need one more player. Cousin Brad, we're gonna bring Swayze in just a moment. Let's take a 5-second break, and then we'll be right back with Swayze.
You know it, Fan Cave, BP Media.
Keep it locked right here on the Fan Cave Sports Talk.
The Fan Cave.
Cave? What cave?
Man Cave Sports Talk.
Swayze.
Yeah. What up?
Swayze, what's going on with you, man? We got Swayze in the building on IBP Media, the Fan Cave. Yo, Swayze, make your screen widescreen if you can, bro.
Let me see trying to figure out how I can do that. Flip it over.
There you go.
Right.
There you go, man. So I know you've been waiting for this moment. Sir.
Let's talk about it. I'm in here putting in some pain right quick in this gym.
I see you getting there.
So what's going on? The Lakers lost. I knew y'all was loving that. LeBron is out of the playoffs. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, man, I wasn't surprised. I mean, he been mooching for too long and he got caught. That's all. He been mooching, stealing. You in here mooching on people, and that's what happened. I wasn't surprised about that at all.
All right. I respect it.
But honestly though, he asked AD to be there, be happy. If they didn't get that ring last year, that would have been a terrible trade. Like that would have been a terrible deal to have AD there. You gave up a lot of decent players to keep them there that actually could have helped you for real. So thank God he got that ring last year, because not for that, like look who. I mean, we got Randall. Thank you. We got Ingram. They both back-to-back comeback players.
Yeah.
You feel me? So make people making certain deals, and LeBron want to be GM, and that's the thing with LeBron. Every time they win, he gets all the credit, but when they lose, he don't get no blame. It's always
Who said that? You said that.
That is the biggest lie.
No, because you said, and I quote, LeBron has to beat the entire team. No.
Oh, that's the biggest lie.
Don't do that. You definitely said that.
No. I think we about to put Swayze on Don't Be No Fool today.
No.
I told the truth.
Listen. What I said, I don't make excuses. I said he needed to step the game up. I said he needed to step his game up. Even though he had 29 points in the game, still need to step his game up because he probably should have had 40 or 50. But
yeah, you had Crowder on you.
I think LeBron is the most scrutinized NBA athlete of all time. So you say he don't get no blame. That's not true, my brother.
Okay.
He don't get no blame. When they lose, he don't get no blame. Hold on. It's always everybody else.
Cut it out.
Hold on. You made a point. You said he's the most scrutinized player. Obviously he's going to be the most scrutinized player because let's be honest, he is the NBA. So he's going to get the most hate. He's going to get the most love. A lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him. That's the same thing that happened to Michael Jordan. A lot of people hated Jordan. A lot of people didn't love Jordan. When you are the face of the NBA, you get sides of you get both sides here. So a lot of people don't like LeBron. A lot of people love LeBron. I'm gonna go see Space Jam. I love LeBron. I think he's a great player on and off the court. But bro,
Space Jam gonna be on DVD in like 2 minutes. That's gonna be that trash. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be on Walmart at the 4 for 4.
I'm gonna support my man.
I'm gonna support him.
I'm gonna support my man. But
I have no idea.
There only be one Space Jam on that one.
I have waited for Space Jam for what was it? Over 20 years. I have waited for Space Jam 2 to come out, and it's finally happening. I'm not missing it. I'm definitely going to tune in. But anyway, Swayze, our season was a success. My guy.
That it was.
And I went on.
No, you know what? Let me take that back.
No,
I felt like they should have made. Look, I felt like they should have made one trade. No, they should have at the trade deadline. I was saying that. They should have made one trade to actually get some offensive help. Mm-hmm. Like I felt like they just left that be. I didn't like that.
Now you remember this. You remember at the beginning of the season, me and you was on the show together. I said Thibodeau will get these boys in shape, and we were hoping for the playoffs. Our season was a success. And you're right. Yeah, they could have probably made another move to get another offensive player. That's possible. I don't know. I mean, I'm D Rose won't come back player of the year. Julius Randle played out of his mind, and Ingram. Well, I mean, we won player away. Watch out for next year. We won't play.
Yeah, man. RJ Barrett need to step his game up for real.
True. Yes.
If he can be that superstar that he's supposed to be, then y'all would be competing with Brooklyn right now.
Y'all be hating RJ. RJ Barrett can't shoot that three, but he can do everything.
That's his problem. He needs to step his game up.
Yeah,
gotta step his game up.
Shot. Definitely develop that 3-point shot.
But no, listen. I was listening to you about Oladipo, right? I mean, not Oladipo. Giannis.
Yeah,
Giannis. He needs to. Yeah. So he needs to figure out a way to get that three going. But people, that's not gonna happen. That's just not his game.
It's not.
It's not his game. Like
you're absolutely right.
And then you go up against Brooklyn, you're not winning. You're not winning that. They're gonna get swept. I'm calling it. They get swept.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. They out of
I called it.
They out of
get swept. They doing this without Hardaway. I mean, Harden. They doing this without Harden.
Right.
They're gonna get swept, bro. I see it. So, they might win one game.
But my question was, where was Middleton? Like me and Kulu said, in the regular season, Middleton has always been there. He always was a second fiddle. Where was Middleton? Where was
honestly,
Middleton
if you running the offense, like sometimes you got to give Middleton a ball and let him go. You can't just have him in the corner and then Giannis want to just do this Euro step or spin to the basket. They waiting on that. Everybody waiting on that. Yeah. You got to give Middleton the ball and let him go. You know what I mean? I'm gonna mind taking him and put him off the bench. Start PJ Tucker at the 4 or the 3. No, look. No.
Let him explain.
So here's the thing. You need defense. Yeah. You need defense. Who's your scorer off the bench? Let Middleton come off the bench. Let him run the offense on the second string. Get some offense going. So, you can't have him like Middleton needs the ball
on the first unit. Besides Giannis, who gonna give you
Giannis? You got Giannis. Whoa! You got Giannis and you got Harden. Holiday got to step up offensively. That's what that is.
That's not enough. That's not enough to beat Brooklyn.
That's not the.
You got to step up offensively though. Listen, they small.
Middleton is the second best player on that team, bro.
Right,
but they small. Look, but they small in the paint. They small. Right.
But
they small. Where is Brook Lopez? Brook Lopez at one point was a 20-10 guy. At one point,
he ain't that no more.
Yeah, but he
can still give you. At least give you 15 though.
He ain't that no more.
He's supposed to give you 15 though.
Yeah, I mean he good now. He'll be fine coming off the bench, but no.
I like Portis a little bit, but they lost DiVincenzo. Dante, I think he is. Dante DiVincenzo, he was a good defensive little two-way player on the low. They lost him for the year.
But this is what I say. And Swayze, we're gonna let you go after this to get your workout on. But this is what we say: the difference between superstars and players that's just average players. That's good players, but they're not on the superstar level or all-star level yet. Middleton is a good player. He's a good complementary player. But if you line him up against Kevin Durant, he finished.
That's true.
I mean,
but you can say that. But you can say that about anybody, though.
But what
you can say it about anybody.
Okay, so let's say you put Middleton. You said let him play the second unit. How do you stop Brooklyn? Yeah, it might get you some points, but how do you stop Brooklyn's second unit? Their second unit, I mean, obviously, it's not as good as the first unit, but how do you stop that second unit of Brooklyn?
But you're just speaking on that team. That you're not stopped. Like that team is deep. Yeah. They got mad shooters. Exactly. So it's nothing you can really do. I'm just saying the best you can get out of Middleton is let him have the ball. He's not running by no screens. He's not running screens. He's not running around. He's not your typical like running behind 30 screens and shoot. That's not his game. His game is a baby post up. Every once in a while, Giannis gets open. Giannis kicks and gets him the ball and gets him open. You know what I mean? Like that's not his game to run behind 50 screens. That's not him. Right, that's why he's more of a 3. He's not really a 2. You know what I mean? But they don't have a guy that's running 50 screens. You need that because you want these guys to just work. What they're doing is just sitting defensively and putting that wall up and daring everybody else to shoot. When you cold, you're not getting that. Giannis has the ball too much. That's his problem. He shouldn't have to. He's not supposed to be walking the ball up. He should be setting screens, going to the lane, and then getting alleys or whatever. But you can't have him walking the ball up. They putting that wall up every time. That's how Miami beat him last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Miami's the same thing. Well, Swayze, appreciate you coming on, bro. Knicks all day. Watch out for us next year, bro.
One love, bro. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. I'll see y'all, man.
Easy.
That was man. That's one of that Swayze on the Fan Cave panel. Shout out to Indiana Swayze for joining us right here on the Fan Cave with Cousin Brad. Cousin Brad, we're gonna take another quick break and we're gonna come back with a Don't Be No Fool moment.
Absolutely. IBP Media.
This is the Fan Cave Sports Talk. Don't be no fool moment. Telling you from the words of Uncle Bobby.
Tell him, Uncle Bobby.
Don't be no fool.
Uncle Bobby. Thank God.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this week's Don't Be No Fool moment goes to everyone. I said it, everyone who thought that Logan Paul was going to beat Floyd Mayweather or even had a shot. Why do I say that? Why do you say that, Cousin Brad? I mean, boxing is a puncher. You got a puncher's chance. No. Let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. We, as boxing fans, as sports fans in general, we need to respect our champions. So you thought that I'm strictly speaking to the individuals who legitimately thought that Logan Paul had a chance of beating him. We're not even talking about knocking him out. We're talking about actually beating him in a boxing match. This man, oh boy, this Don't Be No Fool is crazy. This man never fought a professional fighter. He fought an MMA fighter. He tied. I think he tied, right? Cool. He tied, right?
Yeah, he tied him. Yeah,
he tied MMA fighter. So he stepped into the ring with perhaps arguably the greatest pound for pound defensive fighter ever. And for you guys to sit here and legitimately think, and there was a few of you, I seen it on the Facebook fan page, I seen it on Facebook, I seen it on Instagram, I seen it on Twitter. I think Logan Paul got a shot. I think Logan Paul got a shot tonight. He got the reach. Yeah, he is 6 inches taller than Floyd Mayweather. He was a 32-pound weight advantage.
Yeah, he was like 210 pounds. He came in at.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Floyd Mayweather. It's Floyd Money Mayweather, 50-0. Let me say that again. 50-0 against professional boxers. This is a YouTube kid. I respect what they're doing. I respect their hustle. You know what I mean? You want to go out there, you want to fight different people and celebrities and all of that and athletes. I respect that. But you're going up against Floyd Money Mayweather. To quote my dear Uncle Bobby, rest in peace, if you thought that Logan Paul was going to beat Floyd Mayweather, don't be no fool. Bet on Floyd. Let's be honest.
Man, listen. I got a different take on this.
We
people have been asking, is the Paul brothers ruining boxing?
That's the topic next, yeah.
I'm going to say no. Again, what we hear on IBP Media we about putting the power back into people's hands, the people's hands.
Respect.
So these guys, they're not professional boxers. I respect it that they got themselves in shape. And this man got himself in shape. Logan Paul got himself in shape to go 8 rounds with one of the greatest boxers of all time. So it's a win for that brother. It's a win for him. Let's keep it 100. It's a win for him. You ain't got to like him, but it's a win for him. And the man went up 5 million YouTube followers after that. Or was it Instagram followers? Whatever it was.
Instagram, yeah.
So I think that was a win for him. And it was a smart move to challenge a giant like that, so to speak. You know what I mean? That's almost like a David and Goliath move. Like you challenging somebody that has beat 50 people, undefeated, professional boxers. And you're just a YouTuber. And you train for about what? 8 months? When was this confirmed?
8 weeks. 8 weeks.
Come on, man. He trained for 8 weeks. That's like me and you training for 8 weeks and getting out there and going to fight Money Mayweather, man. You gotta respect it.
And Floyd came in overweight too.
Yeah, he came in at 155.
Yeah, his fighting weight is 143.
Well,
I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, it's still Floyd.
There was a point in there where Logan was throwing some blows. He was throwing some blows.
To be fair, I mean, if we're gonna be fair about this, number one, this was not a sanctioned fight. It was not sanctioned at all. There were no judges. I mean, it's pretty much everybody on the eye test, and I think they had an internet poll on who was winning the fight. But I mean, to be fair, and I don't know if they had something going on, but Logan was getting some shots in. I'll give him his credit. I'm not knocking your hustle. You got some shots in, bro. You got some shots in, but I mean, let's be real. Floyd Mayweather is Floyd Mayweather, man. I don't care if the dude is 60. The dude he beat you. He beat you, bro. Now
he beat him. But Floyd Mayweather even said after the fight how this age thing is catching up with him.
Yeah,
he even mentioned it, and we talked about this last time on the show. Should these retired boxers be coming out trying to prove something, possibly tarnishing their legacy?
I don't. Okay, here's my take on that, and we talked about this on our on the Blog Talk Radio. This to me is not ruining boxing. It's not ruining boxing because exhibitions have been around for a long time. For a long time, exhibitions have been around. Muhammad Ali, he did exhibitions. Sugar Ray Robinson did exhibitions. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson, they just did an exhibition with Roy Jones Jr.
Which you were against.
I was.
Okay.
Because I want to see. Oh, wait. Listen. I want to see 20-year-old Tyson and 20-year-old Roy Jones fight.
And tell me Jake Paul didn't steal the show of that one.
Oh, man. I would like it. But listen. Do the Snoop Dogg. Do the Snoop Dogg. Do the Snoop Dogg one time.
He was like, oh Lord.
He killed him. But this is not ruining boxing. I can't knock these boys' hustle. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, these boys are making their money. They're doing exactly what they want to do. And if I'm Floyd Mayweather and some dude challenges me and I make $22 million up front to go in a ring with some dude I know can't beat me, why not? Why not? Did this ruin Floyd's legacy? Absolutely not. He's still.
It could have.
No, it couldn't.
I mean, and here's why it could have. This is why this is dangerous.
Why?
The man got 50 something pounds on Floyd.
Yeah.
50 something pounds on Floyd. Like that's dangerous now.
But what I'm saying, even if Logan would have knocked him out. No, does this?
If he would have knocked him out, now you don't think that Mayweather getting knocked out headline right here on the Fan Cave
would have been
by a YouTuber would hurt his legacy?
No, I say no.
You kidding me?
No, if he would have gotten knocked out by Logan Paul, I mean, if it would have happened, a miracle, God would have struck Floyd for some sins that he done did in the previous life or whatever happened. And Logan Paul would have knocked him out. Does that tarnish a 50-0 record over years? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You know how I know that? This is how I know that. Did you know Floyd Mayweather lost in the Olympics?
I did know that.
You did know that, right?
I did know that.
Do you care?
I mean, that was the Olympics. I mean, you're fighting in the Olympics to get ready for pro boxing.
Do you care?
Mike Tyson lost in the Olympics.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Roy Jones lost. Mike Tyson
did too.
He didn't lose.
Okay, look it up. Look it up.
I'm telling you, he didn't lose. Roy Jones lost.
Now, cousin Mike and your brother Mike just said Mayweather knocked him out. Now there was a clip in there. I did watch a clip.
I did watch it too.
That said Mayweather hit him and kind of kept him up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you know what, Mike? Because I'm not gonna get at to Mayweather. Mayweather do not have the power. Never did. He never did. Cause no.
I mean, let's look at it from his.
He might have caught him with a glancing below.
I mean, let's look at it from his perspective here. Now, the clip that everybody's referring to, that everybody keeps showing, is that shot where Mayweather comes up with overhand right, chin checks Logan Paul, and he kind of like stumbles and kind of falls in Floyd's arms. Floyd's kind of grasping him. We don't know what whispered in his ear. Floyd probably was like, bro, stay up, bro. Come on, stay up.
Yeah, because it probably was a bonus. It probably was a bonus if nobody gets knocked out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why you seen Jake Paul on the sidelines cheering that it was going the distance.
Yeah.
And you never really know if any of this stuff is staged sometimes.
And let's keep it a buck. Because we keep it a buck here on IBB Media and Fan Cave. Do we really honestly think Floyd can just knock him out at any second?
Floyd has never been a knockout boxer.
He's never been. He's a defensive fighter. But he came in. Listen. He didn't come in shape. He came in at, we said 155?
Yeah, something like that.
His fighting weight was 143. He came in what? Not 10 pounds.
210.
Okay.
Logan came in at 210.
Right. So I mean, Floyd came in out of shape. It was a 8-week process. I mean, Floyd didn't. He didn't train for real. Oh, so I guess my brother, who's supposed to be on my side, Googled it and said Mike Tyson did lose a fight.
Exactly. Come on, man. I'm a Mike Tyson fanatic. I know all about. He lost in the Olympics. Yeah, he did.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Anyway, but okay. So prime example, Mike lost in the Olympics. Do we care? Care?
We just talked about what the Olympics was.
I'm saying
we're not talking about the Olympics though.
But I'm saying that wouldn't tarnish Mayweather's legacy anyway. 50-0 is no fluke, bro. 50-0 now.
50-0 is no fluke. But if you get knocked out by a YouTuber, that's not a good look.
Oh boy,
tell me that's a good look.
I mean, it's not a good look, but okay. But 10 years from now, what are you gonna say? Floyd Money Mayweather, 20 years from now, 2031. What are you going to say? Oh, Floyd Mayweather, oh, man, we don't respect him. He got knocked out by Logan Paul at age 49. I'm sorry, age 40?
Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you, it sometimes takes one moment to tarnish your legacy.
No, this man.
One moment. You better ask OJ.
Come on. No, really? No, that's a completely different legacy. That is completely different. We're not going that far.
I had to throw that out there.
Yeah. OJ, bro. OJ.
It'd take one incident to destroy your whole legacy.
But I don't think that was bad. That was a shot at OJ. Shout out to OJ. Shout out to
OJ, man. OJ stay relevant.
Shout out to the juice.
Yeah, we gotta get OJ the juice, man. We gotta get the juice on the show.
We gotta get juice on the show. Oh, anyway. But no, this
was his Buffalo Bill career for once.
This would not tarnish Floyd's legacy. I mean, dude is a legendary. He's pound for pound. Muhammad Ali lost. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson lost to Mike. Let's look at this. Mike Tyson, when he lost to Buster Douglas in Japan, Mike Tyson was undefeated. He was the youngest heavyweight champion ever. He went into that fight in Tokyo overweight. We all saw the documentaries. He went into that fight overweight, wasn't training, wasn't going hard. He thought he was going to knock.
Wait.
Oh, no, listen.
Stop. I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you, cousin.
Go ahead.
Are you comparing Buster Douglas, a professional boxer, to a YouTube boxer right now?
What I'm saying is Buster Douglas. What was it? A 16-point underdog in a boxing match?
This is still a professional.
Come on,
he still fought professional fights.
Oh boy.
What are we saying here? You're comparing Logan Paul to Buster Douglas.
But at the time, at the time, Mike Tyson was unbeatable at the time. You watch Mike Tyson fights to see how long the person was going to last. Mike Tyson was unbeatable at the time. He was undefeated. We know this fight was going to last 90 seconds. We all knew that. He went into that fight and got knocked out. We was like, that didn't tarnish his legacy. He went to jail. And
that's not a good comparison. Not a good comparison at all.
But what I'm saying is, it's not a good comparison. Tarnish his legacy though. Because we still
tarnished his legacy because it showed that he was human, particularly. But this is Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Look at the hat snatching thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the hype that led up to this fight. This is still a YouTuber. This is not a professional fighter.
Right.
That's like somebody on the street knocking out Mike Tyson. You think that's not going to go viral?
I mean,
let's keep it 100. You think that's not going to tarnish Mike Tyson's legacy?
But even though Tyson lost and went to jail for 4 years, we still love Tyson when he got out. You were at my house when he got out of jail and he fought McNeely. You were at my house.
Yes.
We watched that fight together.
Yep.
Did we not? Did we care that he went to jail? We didn't.
But you're comparing apples and oranges.
No, I'm not.
You're not even comparing. You know what? That's a bad analogy myself.
No, it's not.
You're comparing apples to grapes, bruh. You're comparing professional fighters to YouTube training fighters, bro.
What I'm saying is the point is we're talking about legacy. Mike Tyson's legacy right now is he is one of the greatest boxers of all time. Are we right or are we wrong?
Yes, he is.
Exactly. So did we care when he went to jail for 4 years? Did we care as Tyson fans? Did we care?
Sport cared, yeah, because we did get a few boxing matches. We did get the Holyfield versus Bo, which that was great. That was a great run, right? A great trio.
Right. Yeah.
But for the most part, the fans missed Mike Tyson. So it affected boxing. Right. But what I'm talking about here.
But we're talking about legacy.
What I'm saying is if you want to compare Mike Tyson's career, you got to say if Mike Tyson got knocked out by somebody in street clothes, somebody at a nightclub, or a wrestler, or something like that, that's not a professional fighter, then it would have tarnished his legacy. But because he got beat by other professional fighters in his career, it really didn't tarnish his legacy. It just shows that he was human.
Okay. I still don't think that if Logan Paul would have knocked out Floyd Mayweather, his legacy would have been tarnished. I don't think 50-0 is a fluke. I don't think what this man has accomplished already before stepping in that ring with that YouTuber would have been tarnished. I don't think so.
Yeah, well, we disagree on that one.
Can't go with that. Love the comments. Love the comments.
What do y'all think? Leave them comments. Make sure you're subscribed on IBP Media right now. Everybody watching. Let's go NFL. Let's switch to the NFL, man.
NFL news. Shout out to Julio Jones going to Tennessee. That team is an instant Super Bowl contender. I mean, let's keep it a buck. AFC is stacked right now. The AFC is stacked. You got the Kansas City Chiefs. You got you know what it is. And you got now the third team in the AFC they have surpassed the Baltimore Ravens. You got the Tennessee Titans.
You know what? And remember last year on the Fan Cave on the radio show, that's the team we did not want to see. That's the team we did not want to see. We did not want to see the Titans.
Okay, let's look
at
that.
And that's because what they did to us in the season.
What they did to us in the season. But wait, what they did to the season, we had 9 players out due to COVID. We played them on a Wednesday. Now, Aubrey Freezer
don't do that.
Now, Aubrey Freezer, shout out to you for watching. He brings up an interesting point. He said Julio can't stay healthy. Okay. He's been in the league 10 years. You know how many games he's missed? 5.
Exactly.
He's missed 5 games. And
this dude got 7,000-yard seasons, over 1,400 yards in his career.
Exactly. His health has nothing to do with it.
Health is not his issue at all. He's a dynamic player.
He's not a problem. His health is not an issue. Health is not an issue at all. Yeah, this man had some injuries last year and in the year before. You know what I mean? He had injuries, but he's only missed 5 games in a 10-year career. So I'm not worried about his health. I mean, let's keep it a buck. They got A.J. Brown on the other side of the field. And then, there's a guy that they have running the ball too.
Derrick Henry.
6'4", about 200 and anonymous pounds.
250?
Yeah. They're a problem. They're definitely a problem. They're definitely a problem.
Yeah, he's that bogus.
So Julio Jones, I mean, this was a slam dunk for the Titans. Shout out to the Titans, man. Now, my next question is, what are the Falcons doing now? I mean, what are they doing?
They're in complete rebuild mode.
Are they in rebuild mode?
They're in complete rebuild.
Now, next season, is Matt Ryan going to be the free agent quarterback everybody wants? Because his contract runs out at the end of the year. So Matt Ryan is going to be the quarterback everyone wants. Speaking of quarterbacks, since we're still in the NFL, going over to Wisconsin. We're going over to Wisconsin. Let me turn the lights green real quick. Going over to Wisconsin, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Discount Double Check himself, did not show up for training camp today. He did not show up for training camp today, and it cost him $100,000 every time he misses a day. Kulu, what are your thoughts about this, bro?
If I'm Packers fans, I'm kind of worried about his lack of care for $100,000. Hey, Rod, just donate that to the IBP media, please.
Yeah,
if you're going to just give away money,
you might
as well give away your money the right way. Give it right here to the fan cave.
I mean, if you're giving it out, if you're just saying, you know what, whatever, forget that team. I'm not going. I'm good.
Man, if I'm Green Bay, I'm gonna keep docking him until he learn. If I'm Green Bay, I'm gonna keep docking him.
D, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you in the comments. Yes. D says Rodgers is getting traded. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't see him getting traded. I said it when we were here on a relaunch party. I know he didn't show up for mini camp today. He was docked $100,000. I don't see them trading him. I think they're just like, all right, we'll just keep docking your pay. And if you do show up, let's be real. Are you really gonna? You can decline that fine. You can decline that fine. You can take those fines back. Let's be real.
Right.
But I don't see them. If he does get traded, where does he go? I hate saying this because I see it happening. And my brother Mike, who is watching, shout out to you, bro. You always tell me this. Don't put this kind of energy in the air. Don't say it if you don't want it to happen. I see this happening. I see him going to Miami. I said it.
Miami will have to give up so much.
I don't care. They got the picks. They got the picks and the money. They got the picks and the money. I don't see him going to Denver.
Yeah.
And Wavy Baby, shout out to you, bro. Training camp doesn't start till July, but yeah, I understand that. But this is
mandatory mini camp. Mandatory mini camp.
And you get docked $100,000 if you don't show up. So Aaron Rodgers said, I'm not going. First day, I'm not going. If I'm Jordan Love, I am loving this right now.
I mean, he better be on the field somewhere, showing out.
Loving this right now.
But you know what? You know what may happen though. Jordan Love may show something to the coaching staff. He may show that dedication, and that may be the only circumstances that you trade Aaron Rodgers. And you better get the max for him. Get the max for him.
But let's be honest, Rodgers is a former MVP. I mean, he's a last year MVP. And I get it. Wavy Baby, I get it. What you're saying, bro. It's only mini camp, but if you're the MVP of that team, you are one game away from another Super Bowl victory. Let's keep it a buck. Your captain, your guy who it's mandatory minicap. Your captain is not there. Said, nah, bro, I'll take that $100,000 fine. And Peter King, $90,000 for the weekend. It's $100,000 a day in July. Okay, I mean it was what 90. It was 98,000. Okay, 98,000. Whatever. We're gonna round up $100,000. But anyway, what I was saying is that's your captain. Your captain has to be there. Yeah, captain has to go out there and lead the field. This is an MVP we're talking about here, and he has to be on that field. Now, Peter King from NFL Insider, Peter King reported that Rodgers is sternly and firmly saying he is not going to play for the Packers, and I take that to heart.
Yeah.
I think that
he's one of those guys that it's hard to see him playing anywhere else. It's almost like the Jim Kelly in Buffalo. You never will want to see Aaron Rodgers leave Green Bay. He's been Green Bay for so long.
I mean, this has happened before. Montana went to KC.
Yeah.
I mean, Namath went to LA. Brady went to Tampa. Favre went to New York for some reason and then went to Minnesota. So this is nothing new.
I was hearing Denver. was the dark horse in getting Aaron Rodgers. People say Miami, but I was hearing Denver. That's what I was hearing.
Denver, you just signed Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater. You kind of know what you have in Drew Lock already. That receiver core, I mean, I didn't think they were too good, but then, after talking to a couple of my buddies, looking at that receiving core, Judy and those boys, they're pretty solid. They're pretty solid. If they had Aaron Rodgers, they could challenge KC for the throne in AFC West.
Yeah.
They had Aaron Rodgers on that team, but I don't see them trading them to Denver. I see him going to Miami.
Yeah.
If I had to put money on anywhere, I see Miami being the number one spot for him. A couple of news out of the Bills, Benny Camp. There was a fight today. It was getting popping. AJ Epinesa, if y'all don't know who he is, that's because he barely played last year. He was our second-round pick. He got into a fight with John Feliciano, lineman. That was popping today. Shout out to them. I don't know about you, Kulu, but I like to see that. I like to see that fight. I just see that energy. I get it. His teammates, a lot of stuff going on. I get it, but I like to see that. I like to see that in training camp. Cool. Still with me?
Yeah, I'm still with you. I had to go mute for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like to see that energy. AJ Epinesa.
Yeah.
I mean, this is your year, bro. We done drafted 2 more defensive ends. You didn't really play much last year, bro. You got to step your game up. So I like seeing that energy. Bro. I like the energy. Yeah. I respect it. D in the comments said Denver is to me the favorite. Good wide receiver core, good defense. Defense is meh. I mean, they got good corners. They got okay linebackers. That receiving core is serious though. But Rodgers on that team, they're definitely challenging KC for the throne. So yeah, but the Bills was getting it popping today. We're gonna take a quick 5-second break. Then when we come back, we're gonna have the new segment to the Fan Cave, Stories from the Stadium, right here on IBP Media. Take a 5-second break. Yeah, that was the longest 30 seconds ever. Anyway, sorry guys. We meant to say 30 seconds, but we did 5. Anyway, so whatever. So this is a new segment out of the Fan Cave today. It is Stories from the Stadium. And today on the Fan Cave, before we get up out of here, we appreciate all the love we get on YouTube, all the comments. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all in the comments. D, Aubrey, Wavy Baby, my big brother Mike. Everybody who commented in the Fan Cave, comments on IBP Media and on the YouTube channel. Shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. But today, the last segment of the day is Stories from the Stadium. Anyway, so what's it going to be? The story of the stadium today, if you guys don't know, Kulu, if you're watching this, I don't know where you went, but you went somewhere. I have a friend. He's my uncle's friend from Don't Be No Fool, my Uncle Bobby's friend. He's an NFL official. His name is Richard Rios. You see his jersey sitting right in my background. That's his jersey from the NFL. So shout out to him. Come on the show, bro. Come on the show, sir. We definitely appreciate you on the show. But when he would come to Buffalo, When he did referee games in Buffalo, he would give my dad a bunch of tickets, and my dad would take, everybody. He made sure everybody went. A lot of people from the family went, and a lot of people, we went all the time. He would come up to Buffalo, and sometimes he would.
I'm here, cousin Brad. I'm just handling something right quick. Continue.
It's cool. Go ahead. I got it. So yeah, Rich Reels would come up and he would referee, and he would give my dad tickets, and my dad would take a lot of people to the game. If anybody who knows me, if you've been to the game with me, my dad would come in. We'd be deep at the game all the time. And every game that I went to in Bill Stadium had a story. So this week I'm going to tell you about a story that happened one time where he came here. Sometimes when he would come to Buffalo, he would have to do something what's called a field inspection. Field inspection is where the referees go to the stadium before the game, probably a day before the game on a Saturday. And they would go check the field, make sure the field playing surface is good, the play clocks are working, all the technical stuff, the mics and all of that stuff is working good, the PA is good, everything's working good. It's a field inspection. So sometimes me and my younger brother, we would accompany him. We would accompany him. We would go play on the Bills field. The first time, I'll never forget the first time I went on there. It was dope. It was awesome. It was great. I was like, man, we're actually on a field. It's going to be dope. So this one particular time, the story from the stadium is where we went on the field and the Bills were playing that week, the 49ers. This was late 90s, maybe early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. So we were playing the 49ers, and we picked Richard up from the airport, and we drove out to Ralph Wilson Stadium at the time, and we did the field inspection with him. And it just so happened that the 49ers were doing their walkthrough on the field at the time when the refs were doing the field inspection, and me and my younger brother and my dad were out there. We were out there watching the 49ers play. Why is this so important? Because this was before Spygate, by the way. This is before Spygate. This was I think Bill Belichick was probably assistant, so he wasn't even at the Patriots yet. We were out there. We were, my dad had his video camera. We were chilling. We were like, oh man, the 49ers out there, they're doing their stretches and everything. And one individual ran past me on that day. His name was Jerry Rice. The second best wide receiver to ever play the game. Yep, I said it.
Stop it. The best. Go. Go.
No.
Stop it.
No.
I'm disrespecting a legend like that.
I'm not disrespecting. Listen to the story.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
go ahead.
So the second best ever to play the game, he actually ran past me, and I know some people will remember this. Remember when Charlie Murphy's Hollywood Stories on Chappelle Show, where he said he saw Rick James' era? I swear to God, this is a story from the stadium. When Jerry Rice ran past me and my younger brother, he didn't run past, he floated past. It was like, I mean, me being a football fan, I'm looking at greatness and he just floated by. Just floated.
Yeah. Jerry.
Just floated. Go. You've been starstruck before. He just floated past us. And I was in awe. I'm like, that's Jerry Rice. And he just ran past me. Shout out to him. But the interesting part about that is because after that happened, after Jerry Rice floated past me and my younger brother, Steve Mariucci, the coach of the 49ers, the head coach of the 49ers, we were kids, Steve, kicked us out of the stadium at that point. He kicked us out of the stadium. Steve Mariucci kicked me, my dad, and my younger brother out of the stadium because we were there. And he said, quote unquote, Richard was right there next to me. We were like, we're kids. They're kids out there. They're just, they're just sitting here watching. Coach Steve Mariucci looked at me and my younger brother and looked at Richard and said, they're not even supposed to be in here. I want them out right now. And kicked us out of the stadium. At that point. Richard came out with, I guess, the Bills PR people who saw this happen to us, saw how sad me and my younger brother were. We were very, very sad. Brought us, the Bills gave us hats, shirts, a yearbook, a team photo. It was dope. It was really cool. So shout out to the Bills for that. But what ended up happening, the irony of the situation was the Bills beat the dog snot out of the 49ers on Sunday. So shout out to them. That was the end result. We got at the end of the day, Bill still won the game. So shout out to them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was stories from the stadium. Now, I'm sorry. Do I have comments about my previous statement about Mr. Rice? Do I have any comments on that? Is there any issue?
You heard somebody say D already said blasphemy.
What?
Disrespect Jerry Rice like that at the end of the show, bro.
I'm sorry.
And we see. You see, for all you fans out there, Fan Cave, make sure y'all subscribe, number one, because y'all gonna be hearing a lot of these heavy debates between me and Cousin Brad because we disagree on a few things.
Yeah.
When you call somebody a GOAT, when you call somebody the GOAT, they better have won a championship before.
Why?
And we know who you're alluding to. We know who you're alluding to.
Exactly. I don't even have to say
you are alluding to Randy Moss.
You doggone right.
And I'm gonna say this to you. The most talented receiver ever. One of the most dominant top 5 receive, top 2, top 3 receivers of all time. But don't you ever in your life
already did
compare him to Jerry Rice.
Oh my God. Dude, we do this all the time. Okay, so so Randy Moss,
who was the most complete receiver of all time.
Okay,
has
Jerry
all
Rice.
receiving stats, has every receiving stats that's needed. He's got what, 4 Super Bowl rings?
4.
Either 4 or 5, maybe even 4. He's got 4.
He got 4.
And you're comparing him to a guy who, definitely dominated. But I can't just give talent to making you better than somebody who has won rings and had great talent.
Okay. So Randy Moss, when this man was drafted to the Minnesota Vikings, did he not change the wide receiver position when he was drafted?
Yes, he did.
Exactly.
Yes, he did.
He did.
But does that make him the GOAT?
Yes.
Does that make him the GOAT?
When Randy Moss came into the league, the wide receiver position changed. It was no more, you run a drag route, you run a comeback route. It was, okay, look, quarterback, whoever you are, throw it up to me, I'll go get it. Nobody before Randy Moss, aside from maybe.
So Jerry Rice wasn't Moss and boys?
I'm not saying he wasn't Moss and boys, but what I'm saying is, did Jerry Rice
James Lofton wasn't doing that?
Wait. Did Jerry Rice change the game?
Yes, he did.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
He was a great player.
Because Jerry Rice was not just a streak receiver. He was a slot receiver, streak receiver. He played every position at the receiver position.
And he was a product of one of the greatest offensive geniuses of the game, which is Bill Walsh, who invented the West Coast offense.
Wait.
No. Let me finish. Who invented the West Coast offense, and Jerry Rice was the perfect player for that. I'm not taking away anything from Jerry. Jerry was awesome. He's the second best receiver of all time. But Randy Moss.
So you want to attribute the system?
Randy Moss.
He won in 2 different systems, though, bro.
Randy Moss literally changed the NFL. GOATs do that.
I don't doubt that. I'm not going to doubt that. But it's another debate when you say somebody who's never won a championship and had an opportunity to win a championship on probably the greatest football team ever assembled that got beat by the New York Giants.
Was that his fault?
I don't care whose fault it was.
Did he not have 114 yards in that game and a touchdown?
I don't care who fault it was. You didn't win.
Hey, you didn't win.
Didn't win one.
Thurman Thomas won MVP when the Bills went to the Super Bowl. He didn't win.
Didn't win one. If the Bills would have won 1 or 2 Super Bowls, these guys would be considered the greatest of all time. And you know this.
True.
You know this.
True.
Let's do it. Come on. So the rings matter. The rings definitely matter, bro. They definitely matter.
Okay, yes, they do. The rings are very, very important when you're talking about.
And who was Randy Moss inspiring to be?
He was trying to be Jerry Rice. I give you that.
Okay,
but
in the discussion.
He was better. He was better. In the discussion. He was better. Randy Moss's name became a verb. Does anybody say, yo, you got Rice? No, you don't say that. You don't
listen,
say that.
for all the Fan Cave fans out there, talent alone doesn't make you the GOAT. Great talent alone does not make you the GOAT.
No. Yeah, you guys.
It's bigger than that. The greatest of all time is what you're saying.
And D says Rice ran routes way better than Randy Moss. You act like Randy Moss didn't run routes. Yeah, he was notorious for the deep ball, throw it up. But
exactly.
when he catches
seven route.
Hold on, talking about when he catches a screen pass, could he not take it 50 yards to the house because he was faster than everybody else in the field? Did he not do that?
He could.
That Thanksgiving game, he had 148 yards on 3 catches, all of them touchdowns. Did he not do that?
Well, we'll ask yourself this question. A better comparison is to compare him to T.O.
No, because you can't do that. No,
yes, you can. Because T.O. was the total package, and he did it more consistently than Randy Moss did it. If you want to compare, consistency matters, brother.
Okay.
Consistency matters, brother. T.O. played the Patriots on a broken leg.
True. And still.
Are you still going to say he's better than or comparable to Jerry Rice?
Thank you, Wavy baby.
He played with a broken leg.
He was
you're not going to say that just because you Allen Iverson doesn't get the greatest of all time talk. He doesn't get it. Let's just keep it real. We love him.
I know,
but he just doesn't get it.
He doesn't get the GOAT talk. He doesn't get the GOAT talk.
Let's do our shout outs, man. Let's do our shout outs out there.
We're gonna do our shout outs today. Shout out to we got a couple of shout outs today. Shout out to man, I can't even pronounce homie's name. Denver Nuggets player winning the MVP.
Jokic.
His name. Yes, the Joker. Shout out to the Joker. I'm sorry, y'all got me baffled here talking about Jerry Rice is better than Randy Moss or whatever. But shout out to the Joker winning MVP of the NBA. Shout out to you, man. First MVP ever. You definitely earned it, my brother. So shout out to him. Shout out to Simone Biles winning her 7th overall gymnastics U.S. championship.
Shout out to her.
7. Shout out to her, man. Hell of a job. Do your thing, baby girl. Shout out to shout out to Aaron Rodgers for standing for what you believe in and doing your thing. Shout out to you. Shout out to shout out to everybody on the fan cave in the comment section. You got any shout outs you want to throw out, Cool?
Shout out to my man Lebron. We be back next year, baby.
Oh boy, well, not this year.
We be back next year, baby. We be back. As experts say, we be back next year, dog.
Everybody watching the Fan Cave, IBP Media Group Worldwide, we appreciate you for joining us tonight. This is going to be the end of the Fan Cave. We will be here every Tuesday. Take your calls. I'm sorry, not to take your calls. We don't do that anymore. But to take your comments into consideration. We love you guys. We will be here. IBP Media. This is the Fan Cave for Kulu. I'm Cousin Brad. Thank you for watching us.